institutions, seasonal worker programs. We have a marine tourism industry that's flourishing, where people are excited to check out some of the most biodiverse reefs in the world in Antara, and basically a completely booked whale watching season for this year. And I think we have a lot of new tour operators that are coming to the country, starting new adventure tourism events and experiences that we haven't had before. So there's a ton of optimism, at least that I have, and that I think that we should have for the sector, despite the challenges. And that brings me to the second thing, so marketing. And that's the whole point of today. How do we market Timor-Leste to the world? How do we tell our story? Because we know that there's a lot of limitations that we have here. And I won't list them all, but you know the challenges around infrastructure, around cost competitiveness, around getting the supplies that you need, around getting the qualified personnel that you need. The challenges are immense. And that makes it even more important, I think, that we tell our story, because we need to be making sure that we're attracting the type of tourists who are going to value that adventure, that authentic, that intrepid experience. If we don't tell our story, someone else will. So we need to be out there presenting Timor-Leste in a way that attracts the people who are going to value what we have to offer. Those authentic cultural experiences, the marine tourism, nature, hiking. I'll finish by sharing a proverb or a quote that I've always loved. I think I first heard it when I was in Tanzania. And that's, if you want to move fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, you need to go together. So if you want to go fast, you can go by yourself, you can make it happen. But if you want to go far, you need to go together. I think we're at the beginning of Timor-Leste's tourism journey, and we have a long way to go. So my call to action for everyone here is to go together. We need to work together. We need to develop products together. We need to develop experiences together. We need to market together. We need to work on the island together, in Timor, with Indonesia, and we need to work with people outside of the country. Agents, operators, airlines. That's the only way that we can succeed. No operator has the full package, so we all need to work together, and I hope that some new connections will emerge from today's event. The only way we attract the type of tourists that want to explore the undiscovered is if we work together. Thank you very much, and I hope it's a useful afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you so much, NDF Country Director, Mr. Drew Johnson, for the wonderful welcome remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, please give him a round of applause. And the next welcome remarks by Hotl Association, Mr. Sam Alubihar. Please welcome.
Okay, for the tourism industry. I'd like to share my respects to the Australian government, Timorese government and other foreign governments, members of the development partners who are supporting the tourism industry, and last but not least, our fellow members of the private sector. Again, Plataforma. Reflecting on our journey, it's awe-inspiring to think how far we've come since the inception in 2017. We were a group of visionary hotel owners, managers, who saw the untapped potential of Timor-Leste, a nation blessed with breathtaking landscapes, a rich tapestry of heritage and culture, and a vibrant spirit. In the face of numerous challenges, we made a collective decision, rather than competing with one another and going through price wars and squeezing margins, we would unite our efforts to form the Hotl Association, dedicated to nurturing the growth of Timor-Leste's tourism sector. Today we stand here with a clear focus on three pivotal pillars that drive our mission forward. Number one, promotion and marketing. Our first pillar, promotion and marketing, is at the heart of our journey. We recognise that showcasing the beauty and uniqueness of Timor-Leste to the world is paramount. This is where our esteemed partners, Tripadvisor, and our distinguished guest speakers play an exceptional role. With their support and expertise, we are creating a powerful brand for Timor-Leste, boldly named Explore the Undiscovered. You can see the logo up there. This brand is our gateway to showcasing the diverse range of experiences that our beloved nation offers, be it heritage, culture, history, or the breathtaking seas and landscapes. Our second pillar, training. Our commitment to training ensures that our workforce is equipped with the skills and knowledge to provide exceptional service to tourists, enhancing the overall visitor of our progress. We owe a debt of gratitude to our long-standing collaborators such as Drew from the Market Development Facility, Mecca from Australian Embassy of Timor-Leste, Tripadvisor, and again, all our esteemed guest speakers here today. Your unwavering support has propelled us forward, helping to envision a brighter future for our nation. Through these collective efforts, we aim to realise our core values, and that is to create job opportunities, boost economic prosperity, improve the livelihoods of the citizens of Timor-Leste. As we gather here today, let us remember the importance of our mission and the transformative power of unity. Together, we are not just writing a new chapter in the story of Timor-Leste, we are authoring a tale of resilience, progress, and hope for generations to come. Thank you for being part of this incredible journey. Together, we will continue to shape the future of Timor-Leste's tourism sector and make our nation a shining star on the global tourism map. Obrigado, Barra, and enjoy the day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Hotl Association, Mr. Sam Alubihari, for welcome remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, please give him a round of applause. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, and now we are moving to the Tripadvisor on travel and introduction trends, online reputation, management, and marketing in Timor-Leste. Our guest speaker will be Jessica Luxton. Please, ladies and gentlemen, give a round of applause for Ms. Jessica Luxton. I would like to. So, ladies and gentlemen, about the things travel from destination to hotels, cruise lines to airlines, to operator attraction, and every moment in a travel journey. Forever an advocate for travel and the connection made with people and places. She is an adventure seeker, a foodie, and self-confessed cookie connoisseur. Since she indulged her wonderful and eating her way around 32 countries and called 7 cities or town across 4 countries home. Her journey in the travel industry began with the roles on the slope of North American ski resorts. After returning to Melbourne, she landed a role with Jetstar Airways before jetting off overseas again to London to find her feet in the media industry, working in marketing at Yahoo. On return to the lake down under, Jessica found herself in yet another new city. Setting in Sydney, she added a valuable experience at Gumtree and Bar Media to her resume. In her next role, Jessica moved to boutique agency ZTI, where she represented clients from around the world, including Vanuatu, Texas, Papua New Guinea, Las Vegas, Fukuoka, and Park cities. Until also here her destination marketing expertise Spain, both consular and trade activity. Having found her way back to travel, Jessica was hooked after a decade of making marketing magic happen. Jessica sought a new adventure. This time, into the world of brand practicing at Tripadvisor, her background in marketing equipped her with a deep understanding of client objectives and needs. Today at Tripadvisor, Jessica collaborates with clients in the travel landscape to develop innovative and strategic solutions, fueled by data and insight to inspire the Tripadvisor's community to explore more of this wonderful world. Please give her a big round of applause. Please welcome Ms. Jessica.
Thank you, everybody. I'm very excited to be here in Timor-Leste. This is my first time here and my 33rd country to visit. Yes, and I do really appreciate all of you turning up today. It's great to see so many wonderful people joining this event and showing their support for the MDF and the tourism industry here in Timor-Leste. Just going to check whether the clicker works. Don't think it is working. Okay, so just a little bit of background to myself. You have just heard my bio, but in my own words, I am a client partner at Tripadvisor. I've been with the company since May last year, but I've been in the travel industry for about just over 6 years now. My background is in destination marketing, and now I'm at Tripadvisor working with brands on destination partnerships to really showcase how they can highlight their destination offering to our community of travelers on Tripadvisor. And then just in terms of the type of traveler I am definitely somebody who likes to explore the path less traveled. I think Timor-Leste has so much opportunity. I'm a diver myself, so I am staying a couple of extra days in town after today to go diving. I'm very excited to explore the marine diversity that I've heard so much about. And that's just a little bit about me. So next slide, please. So I do have an hour with you this afternoon, and I am going to take you through a few things. So just as a little bit of an agenda item, I'm going to talk you through a little bit about Tripadvisor, some global travel trends that are recent. I'll touch on sustainability in travel as well. We're going to look at Tripadvisor listings, online reputation management, and then marketing Timor-Leste to the Tripadvisor community. So just as an introduction, we'll get started now. Okay, so we're ready. So travel is more than a trip. The power of travel really lies in the connections that we make. The connections with people and the connections with places. Those we love and those we haven't yet met. The cultures we know and those we are still to explore. The flavours of home and those that we haven't yet tried. It's the time with friends and family, it's anniversaries, it's birthdays, it's special occasions, and it's the moments we won't forget. At Tripadvisor, we're all about enabling those connections. So to introduce Tripadvisor, many of you might know us as the reviews platform, but we're really so much more than that. We've really come a long way. We've evolved and we've grown to be the #1 travel guidance platform in the world. And why do we exist? Well, we found that good advice is hard to find. And so our efforts are focused on this problem. Our mission is to provide the world's most essential travel advice. We're all about helping travellers be better travellers. So we're owning this space, different to other big travel players in the market. We're not really an OTA. We're the odd kid on the block. Tripadvisor sits at the intersection of content, commerce, and community. So we are the world's largest and most preferred travel guidance company. Today we have over 9 million businesses listed on Tripadvisor. There are over 1 billion reviews, and we have 463 million people coming to the site every month. So that's what makes us number one in travel. We're also the most trusted travel platform in the world. People come to us for travel content, and that's how we differentiate against other players. And the other thing that makes us unique is that we're powered by real travelers. So at the heart of everything we do is our traveller community. As I said, we have over 463 million people coming to the site every month. And with those vast numbers comes a diverse community. And we're champions of those different voices and those different experiences. For over 20 years now, we've been encouraging explorers to see life through a new lens. From people to culture to places, Tripadvisor inspires travellers to find the good out there, because we believe that everybody is an explorer. Our explorers are storytellers who are eager to discover the world both near and far. And in fact, our community remains as curious as ever, with 70% prioritising new destinations this year. Travel is a priority and it's top of mind. As I mentioned, we have over 1 billion people talking about travel on Tripadvisor. Every minute we receive 247 reviews on Tripadvisor every day. And our research tells us that our community wants to get away. They are actually planning to travel more with 3+ trips in the next 12 months. And they are excited to travel and they're spending more on travel. And in fact, 96% of Tripadvisor explorers would sacrifice non-essentials so that they can travel. And travel is now considered an essential. So that's just a little bit of an overview on Tripadvisor and where we're at now. I'm now going to take you through some current global travel trends as of August. With the vast numbers of people that we have coming to Tripadvisor every month, we're so lucky to be in a position where we have a lot of data and we can really understand what's going on in the world. I'm going to take you through a bit of a snapshot of traveller insights and demand. So looking at this graph, what we're looking at is travel intent in August globally. How we measure this is looking at our what we call meta search clickers. So that is people clicking on hotels to book on Tripadvisor. Looking at the trend, travel is as expected. We saw a big peak, particularly in the EMEA region in July because of that European summer. And looking at August, we're still showing that, but the tail end of that is starting to ease. So this is looking at the 15 largest source markets for travel in the world. On the left-hand side, you can see the top 15 markets in 2023 compared to 2022. On the right-hand side, we can see where the highest year-on-year growth has been. And that is coming mostly from the APAC region. And it makes sense because our borders were closed longer than everybody else's and restrictions have only just started to ease in the last year. So this is interesting. Now we're looking at global travel intent versus domestic. At the top On the right-hand side column, we can see that international destination demand accounts for 45% of global demand today, and that is 2 percentage points higher than August pre-pandemic and 8 percentage points higher than August last year. So we're moving in the right direction. Below that, we can see the breakdown of international versus domestic travel intent for the 4 regions of the world, which we break down to EMEA, APAC, North America, and Latin America. The numbers on the graph below have pretty much stayed at that level consistently for the last couple of months. Now we'll dive a little bit deeper into the APAC region, because this is more important to us down here in this end of the world. And you can see, looking at August 2023, international demand accounts for 36% of travel demand versus 38% in August 2019. So just shy of where we were at pre-pandemic. But the jump compared to last year from August 22 is 11% higher. So that's good news. And looking below, we have a breakdown even further of different countries within APAC. And looking at Australia, for example, we can see that international travel intent is actually higher than the region at 61%. So that's good news for the Australian market to Timor as well. So even with the seasonal trend of August dipping and the peak in July, the dip was actually less than pre-pandemic. And in fact, APAC regions are accounting for a greater share of global travel demand compared to August last year. And looking at forward planning, what we see here is that international travel plans are the majority of travel plans from August this year. So again, more good news for international travel. Looking at the top, we're looking at the average length of stay for domestic versus international holidays. And essentially we see that people that are going on their international trips are staying longer than they do with their domestic trips. Even better, looking at the average booking value, we see that international trips account for at least double that of domestic average booking value. So people are spending more on their international trips than they are domestic. So this is all, again, more good news. Looking at APAC again, we see that there is 125 plus increase in international travel intent by travellers from this region versus last year. And the average booking value as of July this year, when we rank it in order of different countries, the South Pacific, which includes Australia, has the 4th highest average booking value globally. We like to spend when we're on holiday. And this is just reiterating that point again, 53% increase in spend in the APAC region versus last year. Travel is. But the question is, how does it compare to other things in our life? A YouGov study looked at the perceived return on investment of travel. How are we measuring the value of travel against other high-value purchases such as cars or jewelry, for example? They found that the perceived ROI was highest in travel, and it's that perception of value that matters. We get so much more from travel than just the trip, as I mentioned earlier. It's all about the experiences, the connections, taking time out, and adding to the memory bank. People are closely considering ROI when they spend in these times. So why are people going to travel? We regularly ask our travellers this question. We're actually doing research all the time at Tripadvisor. Every season, every month, there are ad hoc projects as well. And we see consistency in purpose in why people are travelling. Globally, we want to unwind, we want to spend time with loved ones, we want to escape and live life, and we want to be in nature. And what we're seeing this season are that cultural sightseeing trips are the most popular at the moment. And these can include visiting museums, exploring a city, trying local cuisine, and that's followed by nature sightseeing, which can include things like visiting parks and spending time in nature. And I think Timor-Leste has an abundance of these sorts of offerings available to the traveller community. As Drew mentioned, you have an incredible marine life, some incredible hikes and nature experiences, and there's a lot of culture. And I've been told I need to go visit the museum while I'm here. Interestingly, hotels are the preferred accommodation for our travellers, followed by vacation rentals such as Airbnb. And this trend has been ongoing for some time. People do like to stay in the hotels. When it comes to booking, interestingly, we're seeing that 56% of our travellers are booking ahead of their trip. So that tells you that there is a lot of opportunity to get in front of travellers before they get to the destination. And you want to make sure that you're in the places where they're looking for those experiences. When it comes to restaurants, people are still booking ahead. 40% of people are booking restaurants ahead of their trip. Less so than activities, but that means that there's still that opportunity to get in front of them before they get here. And I'm just going to touch on some of what's going on in the world today. I know there's been a lot of talk generally, particularly in Australia, about the cost of living crisis and inflation. And we do ask this question in our seasonal studies regularly as well. But what's important to note is that people don't want to give up on travel. As I mentioned earlier, they are willing to sacrifice in other areas of their life so that they can travel, and we're still seeing that they plan to go ahead. They may make some compromises, but ultimately they still want to travel. Does anybody have any questions so far? Didn't think there would be questions at that point, so that's good. Okay, so now I'm going to touch on sustainability. I'm going to share with you some insights on our Aussie travellers and their perspectives around sustainability. And this quote is from Greta Thunberg: "The moment we decide to fulfill something, we can do anything." And I think that really talks to hope. There's been obviously a lot of traction in sustainability talk in recent years as climate change becomes more and more evident. People are really working towards their carbon footprint and taking consideration of the production and consumption as our businesses. And we're really seeing this shift in travel too. People are more mindful of the experiences that they're working with, and they really want to travel more responsibly. So they're making conscious choices in this area. And at Tripadvisor, we do believe that travel can be and should be a force for good. So looking at this graph, particularly at 2022 versus 2023, we can see that people in Australia are looking for more eco-friendly tours. There's actually quite a significant jump between 2022, the first half of the year, and 2023. And we do expect that trend to continue for the remainder of the year. when we look at our GWI data, we're actually able to really understand more about our consumers on Tripadvisor and understand who they are, what they value, and what they're passionate about. And these numbers are pretty high. So 41% of people have said that they care about environmental issues. 62% of travellers always try to recycle. 45% are influenced by brands who are more eco-friendly. They want to contribute to their community in the right way. They're interested in nature, and 51% say that helping the environment is important to them. Note that our users are sustainability advocates.
You want both of us at the same time?
I'm throwing the difficult ones. The easy ones for me.
Is Nico
That's okay.
No, you go ahead first. Okay.
Objectul husi eventul nemak promove Timor Leste ba Mundu. MDF no Associação 9 ba Hotel Timor Leste, Hakarak Hasai, Visibilidade, Timor Leste iha Mundu. Ho empresa turismo. No mos workshop ne bele cria no hametin colaboração entre serviço turismo. Sim.
What kind of facility or activity that we are MDF supporting in the tourism sector?
MDF or Facilidade Merkadu Desenvolvimento husi governo Australia serviço iha setor rua, agricultura, no turismo. No iha setor turismo MDF foca ba area rua, dahuluk marine tourism, turismo marina. No daruak destination marketing, remove Timor Leste ba Mundu.
Inizialmente il governo australiano investe
Sim.
nel
Fundo
governo australiano investe
ba turismo. Howla sana. Procedure check.
Procedure preside check on about fundus nebe ami MDF nebe so governo sa nebe investe pa sa
Mais ou menos progresso de desenvolvimento no BQT apoio vai legitimar assim, não sabe. Será que atingiu não sabe.
So kind of progress that we achieve in the tourism sector.
How speak ka Bali in English?
Yeah.
No, mga tulus. It's been tourism has been a difficult sector over the last several years with COVID-19.
Turismo setor turismo agora kan tansi tatena setor ina be agora dificuldade de lui porque foi ensaio si pandemia COVID-19.
So MDF's role is to work with the private sector and support the private sector, tourism businesses, to expand and to offer more jobs for Timorese people.
Papel si MDF fasi con MDF ami supporta direttamente ba setor privado sia. Nabe oisa sira bele hadia o abelar dia kita sira niang serviço, vamos sira bele mos suporta itania mal Timor ser hetang serviço mos para dia menos desemprego e Timor Lara.
No ami sente agoriu serviço ho associação 9 ba Hotel Timor Leste no Mang Sam no empresa oin iha sector turismo atune expand hadia sirnia empresa.
Terus participação setor privado ni vai turismo ni kan minimum.
See, so they're saying that the tourism, the private sectors,
Setor privado sira nível kita nak apoio si dia frase ni, misalnya participação ni setor turismo ni minimum deles.
So their participation, their involvement in the tourism sector is quite small. What do you have any opinion about?
Yeah, the private sector is the engine. It's the engine for the tourism sector. Every hotel, every restaurant, every tour operator that tourists experience comes from the private sector.
Tare ang setor pribado na ang makina ide, setor turismo nila, ang meso si hotel, restaurante, sila na be fang produk turismo niya, sila ang na be importante teves, makina importante teves ya setor turismo ya railaran.
Mak apoyo sector privado in order to grow, to expand, to create emprego panasan.
Ya, MDF yang hasa mau grupo India, MDF niya serviço, suporta diretamente ba setor privado ne, nebe oisa sira bela hadia dia kita, nebe sira bela bot kita, namo sira bela suportamos desemprego ya Timor Leste.
Turismo ni dari situação pandemia ni yang mau teles. Oisa mak MDF atau Spotify setor ni bele, bisa kan normal seulo.
How does MDF can support this tourism sector to bring back to normal?
Yeah. So I think this workshop is a good example of that. By bringing Tripadvisor here to Timor Leste, to connecting them with tourism businesses, we are able then to promote Timor Leste, or businesses are able to promote their business on the Tripadvisor platform and attract new international tourists to help us recover from COVID.
Ya, senti dalam ide nabe MDF halo mak ansan komersial si workshop pirane. Nabi talori ansan Tripadvisor mai nabe sira bele engage be halo liga sang amu tu ko itane setor privado si itane business tourism sira. For example sira bele engage na patni ko sira ne reviewer sira ne o si Plataforma Tripadvisor ne.
Dia harus lihat dari konektivitas ya, konektivitas.
Dari saya Entre.
Konektivitas aliansi.
Oh, or do we have any opinion on the flight connectivity?
Yeah. Opinion, or are we working?
Are we working on it?
Okay. Agora o MDF la serviço iha sector aviation sector. Sila.
Magmula sa parte MDF na sa Timor-Leste halong para attract turista barat na
Just to make sure.
What can MDF do to attract more tourists to come Timor-Leste?
Timor-Leste iha produkto unico. Very unique product. But the awareness of Timor-Leste in key markets like Australia, in Indonesia, is still very low.
Timor-Leste rasi ia produto unico, na be mai kabel offrece ba turismo sira, mai be conhecimento com a Timor-Leste nos produtos nós menos liu ba itania be target market anisang Australia nomos Indonesia.
No MDF la belle promuove Timor-Leste RASIC. MDF serviço ho Associação 9 ba Hotel Timor-Leste no sector privado onde promuove sira nia empresa. You want to switch? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
That would be closer.
Thank you.
Sure. Yeah, no problem.
Della resumo volete farmi intervistare in
Resume gabe intervenção. Can you just provide a summary of your speech during the first commencement inside?
Sure. So I wanted to summarize the Hotl Association and how we formed. So we formed informally in 2017.
Dari ni akan summarize saya mak ni presente larang ansang hotel asosiasi hotel ne hotel asosiasi ne ni sira forma iha 2017.
And we had around 10 to 15 hotel owners and managers sitting in a round room discussing tourism sector. And we all saw the opportunities and the beauty and the potential of tourism in Timor-Leste.
Dari sira ia hotel nain sira kala sanulo to sanulo sing lima nebe tur hamuto por discussão hari oportunidade nebe sira hari Timor-Leste ne no sira mak sira bel halo ia setor turismo Timor-Leste.
But we also identified a number of challenges in terms of connectivity, working together in terms of making sure the experience for tourists is maintained and of good quality. And so we said, rather than fighting with one another and reducing price, let's work together to grow the tourism pie.
Vamos iramos colhemos com a desafio na be ita Timor-Leste ratik enfrenta, por exemplo, a conexão avião sendo mesmo sem menos, vamos ita area sambe desafio sel tá, vamos ir decidir kata sira label saya sang saingan, criança competição, mas sira tinggi tur hamutu, ori bela hanoi o insama sira bela resolve problema, vamos continuar serviço hamutu para promover Timor-Leste.
And from 10 members, we are now nearly 60 members, both big, micro, small businesses, and not only in Dili, but also nationwide. So we want to be as inclusive for all different types of tourism businesses, not just hotels, but also restaurants, coffee shops, tour operators, airlines, any entertainment. We want to be as inclusive as possible.
So sira começo si membro sanulo det, agora sira membro nem nulo na nomo sira consistiu si business na bot to business tourism business na bekikuan. Nomo sira mo sakara criamos inclusão nesse yang associação RASIC, laos membro na bot, laos membro na be que larang det, mas be yang município sira mo sira karak tahu kolekta hamutu pel tur hamutu ko sira namos bele oins bele halal associação.
We have 3 pillars we're focusing on. One is a promotion and marketing, which we are working with Market Development Facility.
Kita ya kalau sesuatu rasi ya pilar tolo. Primeiro mak promoção ao mercadoria, marketing. Depois mak serviço ao motor com MDF sem tal.
To try and get people from around the world to come to Timor-Leste.
Ori bele atrai emasira mai hosi nação social para ver mai Timor-Leste.
Second pillar is on training. So making sure that we have good skills in tourism sector. So when job opportunities come, we can provide good quality service and there are jobs for the Timorese people.
Pilar kedua mak treinamento. Nebe sira oferece treinamento rasik para hadiah itanian skills onaba area turismo nebe poin hira quando iha precisa asam serviço barak ia setor turismo ne itene emamos bele pronto atu serviço ia area turismo.
So we are working with vocational training schools and also other development partners to build connection between private sector and the TVET vocational training centers.
Jadi sira serviço moto ko patin treinamento vocacional sira ansang ya dilarang ne. Nós criamos ligação entre setor privado sira development partner sira ou insa sira bele atingi ya setor ya pilar.
And number 3 is partnership. We all need to work together, to make tourism grow. So we want to work with media, development partners, other companies, everyone. So if we work together, we are stronger to make tourism bigger.
So pilar da tolo dia mak parceria nebe si hotel associação rasa akan serviço ho ema o parte bar. Por exemplo, como media sira, nomos ho parceiro de desenvolvimento sira, nomos serviço amot o insa sira bele hadiah de gutang setor turismo Timor-Leste.
Bisa susahnya hari kau nak baik dengan sektor turisme rasi. Bisa tu atrai yang mali ikan sektor turisme rasi itu mana terus dengan hari yang bisa.
So from the associations, what do you think about the tourism sectors, the current tourism sectors, like condition?
So I think as Mount Drew and Mount Fabio mentioned, it's been very difficult during COVID. We had around 300 businesses close during COVID, but we've had a lot of support as well, both from the Timor-Leste government, from development partners, to support and sustain over the difficult times. Since 2022, things have started to open up again, and things have started to flourish, but we are not where we were before COVID. So really, we believe that there's still a strong future for tourism, and through our programs on marketing, training, and partnership, we believe if we work together, we can help to grow it as rapidly as possible. We see that Timor-Leste strategy is to help diversify the economy and create new jobs. So if we work together on implementing this strategy, which is around what I mentioned, those pillars, we can help to grow the sector. Sorry, I talk too much.
So, itare oing nganseng kita usi MDF pasti kuliah tena kata durante pandemia COVID rasik, né some desafio buat ira mai setor turismo, tare kata durante COVID pandemia COVID rasik, iha bisnis atus tolu maktakahona, ia setor turismo niange, nomos kita yang agora dang mak kita começa serviço hotel associação começa serviço fali você ser pilar tolo né amoto ko MDF amoto ko parceiro social ko insa sira bele lá halo fali setor uma hansan antes mas be o insa sira to hadiah usi processo pandemia né antes depois da pandemia né.
Can I add one more thing? I think one of the important things that we're trying to do is communicate. If we don't talk to one another and try to go to one goal, it's very difficult for us to move together. So there are lots of challenges in the tourism sector today, but if we start talking and working together, then that's how we move forward.
Parte de tema, será uma seria importante, seria precisa da comunicação entre setor tourism business. Se sira la tour hamutu, sira la comunica mal, sira la tem será um desafio, não ser atu ultrapassa.
Sì, assuntivos, tayo Timor Leste por una parte ia membro ASEAN. Usa Timor Leste ni preparação para que se assessão ni hari para desenvolvimento infraestrutural di bawah teisira preparação ni design ni sa preparação ni.
So Timor-Leste is on the path to become an ASEAN members. So what are the preparations from the hotel association itself in terms of the infrastructure of the hotel to prepare Timor-Leste for ASEAN in the future?
One thing we have done is to collaborate with the association and the government as part of the ASEAN ascension process. So last year in October, there was a delegation from Indonesia which came to assess the economic pillar. And we supported by providing a presentation on the existing hotels available in Timor-Leste that are 3-star and 4-star. And in Dili, we found there are about 1,200 rooms available. But there are a number of projects in the pipeline that are also in place over the next 5 to 10 years of 4 and 5-star hotels. So what we've done to support is to communicate with the ASEAN delegation and the government all the new projects coming into place. There is an intention from the association and our members to help support in infrastructure because we understand that if Timor-Leste becomes a member of ASEAN, they will need to be able to host events and will need conference centers, accommodation, restaurants, all different types of facilities. So there is a plan in place, but obviously I cannot commit for all of our members, but we can do what we can, which is to support this pipeline of work and whatever issues that these businesses are having, we can communicate to help them make it easier to implement. Sorry again.
Okay. Você parte aquela sessão rasi sira serviço moto como o governo, nós ele parte nebe a ligação banheira tua ascensão ba membro ASEAN, Timor-Leste membro ASEAN. Nós sira serviço moto kodi por beira da delegação ASEAN nos Indonésia nebe mai Timor-Leste. Sira serviço moto kodi identifica hotel sirene e Timor-Leste sirene. Ia hotel hira, nomor ia quarto hira mak available agora down e Timor-Leste. Agora down sira identifica kata iha quarto hamuto riung ida atus rua, nabi agora ia available hela ia Timor ia dilarang, nabi mo sira nomor sira se continua na fating serviço hamuto ko governo, serviço hamuto ko sira membro balo nabi quando vai ir a dificuldade, se a bela comunica malu, não mostra a bela suporta malu.
Mas como não é o mention, quarto não mention, suficiente para ter.
Numbers of rooms that you mentioned, would it be sufficient to accommodate the number of, if one day have a meeting here in Timor-Leste?
Not at this present moment. There are certain quality standards that need to be met for a number of, head of states that come for certain events. So we understand that each individual head of state needs to stay in different accommodations. So we estimate there is a need for at least 10 5-star hotels to be able to accommodate the big events, which Timor-Leste doesn't have at this point in time. But there are projects in the pipeline which will help that once Timor-Leste does become a member, if that is what the country decides, then it will be available.
Agora dam kita sudah bele suficiente quando vai tambah membro nação sira balo kan sira precisa kalau balo sira hele fating laos ida de sira karak hele fating ida nomos ida ne dau kita agora Timor-Leste sira iha mai be iha futuro rasi iha ona plano nação plano auto cria hotel yang suficiente ba membro ASEAN sansa por exemplo as Pelican Paradise sansa Hilton Hotel na agora dau atau começar.
Kalau Pelican Paradise proyecto agora sudah
Yes. Cobre quando vai evento. Del focal vai evento.
Can I say one more thing, if it's okay? Whilst ASEAN is very exciting, but we also believe that there's opportunities now, and that is to attract different types of tourists from Australia, Indonesia, neighboring countries to come and visit. So this is one of our objectives as part of today's session, is to build a partnership and start working together, but then also utilizing these connections like with organizations like Tripadvisor to start promoting the country. So it's not just business events, it's also tourists coming to the country.
Jadi kuliah kona ba ASEAN asang idan sang opportunidade, taran sa opportunidade o insa tabele promove itana nação Timor Leste ba itana nação ASEAN selo, ansang Indonesia, ansang Malaysia, nebe sira ansang parte usi ida usi workshop ida o ini o insa tabele hari dia kita itania hadia di kita itania conhecimento para Timor Leste ba nação selo.
Okay.